If you clicked into this video, that tells me a few things. Number one is that you crave independence and freedom, and you're probably someone who doesn't want to be in the 9-to-5 grind. You want to escape the rat race, and you want a truly freedom lifestyle. What if you can just go travel anytime? You don't have to ask for leave. You don't have to ask for the permission of your boss, and you just want to live the life that was promised, one that isn't stuck in a cubicle every single day, Monday to Friday, hoping and longing for the weekend, and sometimes you have to work the weekend as well. And I'm here to tell you that after a year of diving into all different types of books, podcasts on financial independence, on personal finance, on investing, and even retirement, I've learned so much, and that early retirement or semi-retirement isn't that far off the horizon for most people. You don't need a crazy income, and there's just a few little secrets that, mainstream media doesn't really talk about, and our education doesn't really talk about growing up. So I'm here to share with you everything I've learned that's completely changed my perception of what is possible, and that most of us can actually reach a point of semi-retirement where we only work 2 days a week doing what we love in the next 6-7 years. And that is crazy. But how this came to be is I actually had to help my mum plan for retirement, and English is a second language. We live in Sydney, Australia, and I was really kind of worried about her finances. I wasn't sure where she was at, and she had some health challenges recently. She's also separated from my dad, who was the financially minded person, and I just really wanted to know that she's well taken care of. So we actually spoke to a financial advisor, which opened up my world on how it is actually so possible to literally retire and not work and be taken care of. And so here are a few different principles that I've learned, which is that there is something called the 4% rule, which is essentially your FIRE number, which stands for Financial Independence Retire Early. Your FIRE number is literally just 25 times your annual expense. So say if you dream of being able to spend $100K a year, that's a pretty luxurious lifestyle, then what you need is, save up $2.5 million in order to never work again, because you will be putting your money in well-diversified ETFs, which is like a bundle of stocks, like the S&P 500, the top 500 companies in the US, and that would safely give you 4% return. And that's safe. And that accounts for inflation already, and usually it gives you 5%, so 4% is already like a safe buffer, a reasonable amount for you to take out every single year and still give you that annual amount that you're going to live off of. And $2.5 million sounds insane. So then to backtrack, I was like, actually, I'm not spending that much every single year. Like, I think 40K is actually pretty good for me already. So all I need is 40 times 25 to fully retire. But for a lot of us who are actually in your 20s, maybe you're living with a partner or you are living by yourself, but you have housemates, then it is actually a lot easier for you, because say you need $40,000 a year, maybe, $15,000 is on renting with a housemate, and then the other 25,000 is on just everyday expenses, eating out, traveling, everything. Then you only need $1 million to actually go ahead and fully retire, which sounds like a lot, but that is the cost for you to never have to work again. And most people retire in their 60s. But if you work with that end goal in mind and you trace back, then you realize you only need $500,000 in order to what's called semi-retire. And semi-retire is when half of your expenses are taken care of. So I would have 20K passive income coming from investments that's looking after me, so most of my rent, some of my expenses, and I just have to work part-time. And if you're living in like a Western country, especially like Australia, we are super blessed. Our minimum wage is very high, that you can literally work at any supermarket or work at any restaurant or work as a bartender, anything, and you will easily be able to cover that gap. So you can decide to just work 2 days a week and actually enjoy your life, or explore career paths, and you only need half of that in order to live happily. And just knowing that kind of freedom number, it helped me to put in perspective what I am working for. And this allows you to kind of see your future with a whole new lens. You're not just mindlessly working and climbing the corporate ladder, but you're actually working to buy your freedom back. That if I go ahead and actually reach that 500K in savings mark, then I can pretty much just explore whatever I want to do. If I reach that 1 million mark, then I can literally not do any work and still be able to live fine. And everything on top of that, you can go ahead and work extra, and you can, live a slightly more generous, luxurious lifestyle. But just to know that you don't have to always live on the brink of survival is something that is really reassuring. I think in the current day and age, a lot of us seems to be in like quarter life or midlife crisis, wondering about life's meaning and purpose, and just dreading the monotony of having to go to work, slave away for a 9-to-5, and throwing our best years away. So having this kind of goal allows you to go ahead and really strive a little bit more in your 20s and 30s, and to have a tangible goal to move towards, and not just an arbitrary number of, I think I need to hit 1 million or 2 million or 3 million, but you are really thinking about future you and that lifestyle. For me, a goal of mine is really to be able to hit semi-retirement by my 30s, so that when we do plan to have kids, I'm able to be very present and not have to worry about work. I can literally take 2 years off if I need to. I can just take on one client at a time, work 2 days a week, and I would be fully guilt-free. That is something that I'm personally working towards, and just having that goal is something that feels like a breath of fresh air, that every single morning when I just start to dread going to work, I'm reminding myself that I'm working towards buying my freedom back. And this, you can see, kind of can be an easy trap for people to keep trying to save and earn and hustle and grind. But knowing that if you're on your path, you get to define where you get to take a break, and semi-retirement doesn't have to be 50% of the way. Like, you can cut yourself some slack, and if you're making progress, you get to have a safety buffer and get to wind down whenever you need to. And I think just having a goal in mind really helps to give you that peace of mind. And the thing is, what I was saying before is you don't need a crazy salary, because most people, you will actually come across millions of income in your lifespan. Literally, I was checking my data over the last 7 years in business. I've actually already had an income of $500,000, which is $500,000. But of course, there's taxes, you have to pay contractors and suppliers. So it's definitely not that much going into my pocket. But just reminding yourself that if you're working a job that pays you like 60, 70K a year, you are still going to be able to accumulate a lot. And it's not about how much you earn, but it really is about your savings rate. The more you can save towards putting towards investments, the future you, the earlier you're able to get to that reassurance and to that freedom number. And I only have, I think, scratched the surface. I'd love to share everything I've learned along the way, how much I put into retirement, how much I put into savings, how much I save in a high interest bank account, and how I'm progressing towards this goal of semi-retirement. And I hope this kind of gave you some new information and just changed your perception of money a little bit. A book that I really recommend is called You've Got Money, Now What? And you don't need to have any money to read this book, but it just shows you what life is like on the other side and how it is actually a lot more within reach than you think. If you enjoyed this video, I know you're also going to love this one on the left, where I dive into the book The Psychology of Money and what that's taught me. It's a must read if you enjoy things about personal finance. And if you prefer listening on the go, we also have a podcast version called the Brand Creator Podcast. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you the next time. Bye.